Hey, what's going on, everybody? Saeed Yunan here. First, again, I want to thank you for joining my Patreon account, being a pledged member, and we're here for each other. As I said in the intro of setting up this account, that I'm here for you, and we're here to, navigate this music industry together and learn from each other. So there's a lot of things that I would love to learn from you, and vice versa. So just real quickly for this video, one of the main things I get asked about the most is demo submission, how to submit demos to record labels and how to follow through, what's the proper way, what's the best way, and how can I get my reaction, how can I get a reaction for my music and some proper feedback to go with it. The best way, and this has always been number one for me, most labels, I would say 99%, will not want to download a demo. So put that in consideration when you're sending out a demo to a record label. Always send them a streaming link for a couple of reasons. A SoundCloud link, for example, you can create a private SoundCloud link. It can be both streamable and downloadable. So that's that you're killing two birds with one stone that way. Always use a service where you can stream or download. Dropbox works as well, but I think SoundCloud is probably the best to go with, or any other service like SoundCloud where it doesn't require for a label or label rep to have some kind of a password or some kind of a login information in order to hear your track. So something that is streamable. Every label that I know of, including Yunan Music, we prefer streaming links. That way we can just listen to it right away on the go and reply right back to you, give you your feedback. Or sometimes we even reply in the comments section, because since we know the track is private, most likely you're not giving it to any other labels, which I'll get to in a minute. We can go ahead and comment right on the track itself. So always go with a streaming link. Another thing to always consider when you're sending demo tracks, know the kind of music the label is releasing. I know that's a given, but a lot of people will just, throw whatever out there and see what sticks. It doesn't work that way, and you kind of gonna hurt yourself by doing that. Reason I say this is because once you start just throwing stuff out there, see what sticks, label will remember the artist name, remember your work, and most likely you're only going to have that one chance to really make the first impression with the label and to let them hear your music. So always know what you're delivering, number one, and B, know what the label is willing to pick up. A lot of labels will actually put on either their Facebook or their website saying what they're looking for in the current times, music genre wise, or we're looking for vocals or looking for more techie stuff. So keep that in consideration. Also, another thing that I get a lot, I know for myself and a bunch of others, when artists send me tracks, it's not them at all, but they're just trying to do something to cater to the label. So they'll send a track and be like, this is not what I normally produce, but I felt like it's the perfect track for your record label. We don't want that. We want you to be you and do what you do in the studio. Don't go, make a track just because this label, that's the kind of stuff the label's releasing. Do you, when you're sending this music, you're not just sending us a track, you're sending us your artistry, your repertoire, your catalog, how you're going to grow as an artist. This will be with you till whenever you keep making music. So you want to build your catalog to where you see fit, how you're going to grow as an artist. So your catalog grows with you and vice versa. So you need to make sure the music you're sending is what you love doing, not what the label is looking for. Is what you always got to think about. This is going to be your name on it. How happy are you with it? How would it be something that you would play? Obviously I'm just thinking as if you're a DJ, would this be something you would play in a club? It's got to represent you to 100%. So always keep that in mind when you're sending a demo. So so the things I touched on, streaming links, and make sure that you're sending the music to the right label. Another good thing to keep in mind, a lot of labels will have the information on where to send demos either on their Instagram account, Facebook, website. There's always information on how and where to send the demos. For me, for Yunan Music, we find the most productive way to do it is through Facebook Messenger. We have it set up where you can just drop a SoundCloud link a short description about yourself, what you've done in the past, what production you've released, and then the track. We listen to it and we reply back to you right away through the label Facebook page. So it's facebook.com/Saeed. I'm sorry, facebook.com/Yunan Music, and that's how we do it. And I know some other labels do it that way as well, but some prefer emails. Now, when you're sending an email, do not copy a boatload of people on one email to different labels. That's sure way to get you not being listened to anymore, or probably never being paid attention to, no matter how great your tracks are. Always create one email to a label at a time, and just pinpoint and make that email direct to that label and that person that you're trying to send to. It's always good to have a name, figure out who the person is that you're trying to send the music to, and be personal about it, and send an email with your track. Don't overdo it. Don't send a whole 10 or 15 tracks. Send a couple of good tracks that you're 100% happy with and 100% committed to, that you think this is going to be the right track for this record label. So a couple of tracks is great, and if the label loves what they're hearing, they're always going to come back and ask you, hey, send us more stuff. So it's always good just to have one or two tracks, and then you'll hear back from the label and see what's up. Now, the last point, in case you don't hear from the label, and that this happens many times, a label may not have time to get back to you because they're getting so many demos, they're getting so much stuff they're trying to go through. The best way to do it is give it a couple of weeks, I would say maybe 14 days, and follow through with an email, and just say your situation. Hey, I'll send this track, I just want to make sure, see if anybody's listening to. Some feedback is appreciated, whether you like it or not. Now, some labels will tell you, if we don't get back to you, it's most likely we haven't, we're not digging the music. So, and that's kind of a double-edged sword, because you don't know if they're actually listening to it, or they just, canned it aside, not even paid attention to it, or they actually did not like it. So it is kind of hard, but you got to also understand a lot of these labels get tons and tons and tons of demos on a daily, and to go through everything and reply to every single one, and most likely you'll reply back and asking more questions, it just becomes too much of a back and forth. But you can always follow through. Like I said, give it at least 14 days. I mean, that's the minimum, 14 days. But it's just stay on it a little bit, but don't be pushy. There's a difference between being persistent and being pushy. So you got to find the middle ground between that. You don't want to be overly pushy, then that's another sure way that you're just going to be canned to the side. But be persistent, try to follow through and find out, if anybody's listened to your track, or if they have any feedback and whatnot. That's probably the best way to go about it right now. Like I said, if your production speaks for itself, you're going to hear back from the label. If these labels are doing their job and actually going through the demos, and your track is dope, there's no reason why you're not going to hear back, and them most likely asking you to send them more stuff, or they even pitch probably a remix for you to do, just to kind of feel out your production style, how well you work. That's one way I test a lot of artists is, if I like their production, I was like, hey, are you down for doing a remix for the label? And if they're up for it, I send them a track that really kind of tests their creativity. Okay, so giving them this project to see where they're going to take it, how they're going to play with it, how they're going to maneuver around from the original, how different it is from the original. So there's all these little aspects as well. So to take away from this is, keep sending your demos. Don't get discouraged. Give at least 2 weeks, and then follow through and see what's up. And then, again, be persistent, but don't be annoying, for lack of a better word. But just stay and follow through, and make sure that the label is listening to your demos. I understand this situation, sending demos, sitting around waiting for 14 days to hear back. It's kind of it feels like a long time, but like I said, these labels do get a lot of demos, and there's a lot of stuff to go through. So wait it out, and just hang in there. But hopefully this will bring some light into what you're doing, and give you some direction as far as how to send demos. Just again, Facebook or Instagram is another way to follow through. If you don't feel like keep replying to emails, if you know the person directly, just send them a nice message on Instagram or Facebook. It's like, hey, I sent you a demo. a while back. I just wanted to make sure if you had the chance to listen to it. I understand you get a lot of stuff, but it would really mean a lot to me if you can give me some feedback on the music. So it's all about just being, respectful, being nice, and don't be pushy. And again, persistence, but not pushy. And that's going to take you a long way in this business. Anyway, I hope this tip helps you. There'll be a lot more of this coming up. If you need to learn about or know anything specific in regards to music production, DJing, the business itself, running a record label, how to start a record label, feel free. I'm going to put some polls at patreon.com and see what you guys poll in the most that you want to know about, and I'll be more than happy to help. We also can do, coming down the road, we're going to be doing some like live Q&As. So if you have questions, we can get on a live chat and go from there and see how that goes. So I'm learning as I go with this account, and hopefully we'll be in here for a long and working together and seeing where we go from here. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in, and I hope this helped. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.